som ikke ryger ud af rollen. Og for eksempel, der var den ting, at du er, når du sidder her og skal hen til væggen der.
When I became a singer, it was quite late in my life. I didn't even think of being a singer, so I just, got into it. By doing Isolde, for me, with the voice I have, I don't think it was a question of if I should do it or not. I got asked to do those things, and I felt comfortable doing them, and that's the way I got there. I know that we had a production when I was in school where I did the Waltraute Brünnhilde scene, because we had a mezzo-soprano that would love to do the Waltraute, and then they said, well, Iréne, you can do Brünnhilde in this way, and it was so wonderful to do. And the instructor we had at that time, he said, well, I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't take many years before you start to do this heavier repertoire. And then I just did a lot of, I did like 5 new parts a year sometimes. I've really been quite productive in that respect. I've done a lot. Then when I got the opportunity to do, I started with Sieglinde, of course, and then I did Sieglinde and the Siegfried Brünnhilde in the same production. And then the next year I had the Walküre Brünnhilde, and then it didn't take more than half a year or something. I did the whole ring for the first time. Sometimes when people talk about Wagner in general, they think that, it's a lot of singers that only stands on one spot and just use as much volume as they can probably get in the body. But I've never sung in that way, and I really don't think that that's the idea of the music. When you go into the scores and look into the scores, it's like Kammermusik. It's really like chamber music. So it's a lot of lines, and it's a lot of pianissimos and a lot of feelings.
Tristan.
The whole second act, I have to say, is like that. You start with this playground thing music, behaving and being a bit young and just happy. And then the real touch, you feel the love, or that you have fell in love with someone. In the sentences, which I love when is, of course, when we go together and we say, so sterben wir, then we are going to die together. It's a music that starts sort of from nowhere, and you think that now is the climax coming, and it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's where Tristan and Isolde are having the phrases taking over each other phrases. We are like one person, so two people becomes and melt into getting into one. It's very beautiful, and that's what I mean by having a piece where you can. It's so well composed that it's just to do this that you take over the phrase, and you don't the meaning, the phrases go into each other. It's the same sort of one voice, but we are two singers.